Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
All right, all right, all right. That's my Matthew McConaughey voice. Just in case you didn't know I had it. But welcome to Fountain
Yeah,
City Kings. We have a live stream tonight as Kevin and I sit here and watch the Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers. So if you see me looking up, because I'm looking at the TV, I wanted to place the game in the live stream too. Then I found out that was illegal. So
it is very much illegal.
I didn't want to go to jail. I wanted to get a cease and desist letter from the NBA. So
Thanks.
stayed away from
Thanks for
that.
not doing that.
Yeah. This month is Black Music Month. I'm saying that right. Um, with that being said, I originally wanted to talk about some black music artists that their music has done a lot for our community, but then I just so happened to listen to new Wayne today, and that shit is trash. So let's just start off with that. Now,
We
Jared
have to.
claims, yeah, we'll start off with that. Jared claims that there's some dudes on TikTok that added the song to different music, different instruments, and it sounds way better. Now I haven't went out and checked that out yet,
I
but
did
I know.
today.
Okay, so what do you say? What do you got to say?
Yeah, absolutely. The There was one song specifically, I can't remember what the name of it was, but immediately it sounded like a completely different song. It sounded like mixtape Wayne. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is it. And that just goes to show you that a beat can make or break a song. And anyone that doesn't believe that is crazy, because there's plenty of songs that we've listened to over the course of time that, like, contextually trash, lyrics trash, their delivery trash, but that beat is undeniable. And I think Wayne still has it. Like, he still has bars. He still has some, some cool vernacular that he throws out. He still has some, like, he still got something in the tank for sure. However, yes, the beat selection on the entirety of the album, I really don't think was up to caliber with what we're used to hearing from Wayne.
It was
Um,
almost like one of those alternative albums that he has. And, I think a couple of them seemed like they were kind of rock songish.
I
I
think he was trying to appeal
tried,
to the entirety of his audience. Honestly, I think that's what it was.
yeah, I actually tried to listen to the entire album, so full song, not like hey, give 15 seconds and switch to the next one. I purposely listened to it. As you said, vernacular is still there. He still got bars, but man, that production with that was some of the worst I think I've heard in a while. Some people can overcome bad beat, like J. Cole. He doesn't always have the best beat, but he seems to overcome it. I think
Absolutely.
he does too many people that he knows favor. That's feel like it's just people that he rocks with and makes most of those beats, and he just sticks with them because they're part of Dreamville. And I think it might need to start changing that.
You
And
might need to branch out a little bit.
yeah, that's just my opinion. Um,
That song with Big X though,
I
I fuck
told you,
with it.
but Big X carries the song.
Find me a song Big X is on in current history
No,
that he
no,
doesn't carry.
I know what you're gonna say. There is not one. There's not a single song he doesn't carry.
I'm saying, bro got the juice right now.
He does. He does.
Bro got the juice.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually feeling Rosama.
Bro, song cool.
Yeah.
It just depends. Like, mostly you hear features, like where someone on features and all that, like in the background. Then every once in a while, will pop out and do a verse or something along those lines. But I mean, it is what it is.
On Meet the Sixers, though, I feel like you heard him in every song.
It's a good point. It's a good point. But I mean, that's a cool thing about X though. X definitely pulls on his people from from the block and people that are still rocking with them. So it just makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I don't think you're wrong by any means.
Now, I did see the this July, he's got a country album coming out where he's rocking with multiple country artists. I heard him say Jelly Roll. I heard him say Boozy. I already know he's got the song with Bailey, Morgan Wallen. Can't remember who else he said, but there were a few others. And he said a bunch of country artists come up, one collab. And said, might as well do a whole album. But it just don't keep the whole album. So I'm interested to see what that's about. July when that comes out.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be dope because what he did with Morgan was fire. And I just think overall, like he's just got the kind of flow that punches through any kind of song. And so whenever he comes on, like it just kind of changes it. You remember how like Three Stacks used to come on the songs and they changed the beat for him because he would just take over beats?
Yeah.
It's that same vibe. You know who else does that? That like I don't think gets enough credit as an artist. Sorry to take it off topic, but who doesn't get enough credit as an artist whenever like they come on the songs and change the vibe completely?
Oh,
Black.
okay. You know what? Now that you say that, you were exactly correct.
Black comes on records and he takes over and it's his record. And he's so good. Like he can sing, or he can rap, or he can do that combination of the two. And I just don't think he gets enough credit. Like I think bro is super dope, super talented, and like I don't know, like he's just got his own lane. And people still kind of equate him to that whole like Problems EP, which yeah, that's still jams. Every record on that still jams. But he's done so much more stuff since then. The East Atlanta Love Letter was fire. Like everything that he's done collaboration wise has been fire. Like he has a couple records with Sabrina Claudio that are super dope. I heard him on a Ty Dolla Sign song recently, or a song with Ty Dolla Sign that was fire too. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But in that same vein, X is another one of those artists that gets on a song and really he's just like yeah, this is my shit now. Like y'all watch the show,
Yeah, no, definitely.
and I love it.
I love it too. I mean, I can't get no better.
Yeah,
But you said you changed the subject. Not really, because we was talking about music, so it's all fair game.
respect.
Hopefully, y'all can hear the music that's in the background. Hopefully, it's not us here, but we're trying to do something a little different, make it a little lively while we do this here. So right now, second quarter, 4 minutes and 48 seconds left. OKC is up 51-45. The Oxford so far from what I've seen this first half is just balling. I don't know how much
Is he carrying right now?
from what I've seen, yeah. Now, Halliburton just missed three. You know, it's a pretty good game going back and forth. For a while, Indiana was up,
Thump
but
thump
McConnell
thump.
was the person, man. He was giving people buckets the other night, so I hope he does the same thing tonight. Now, like audio, and
I like their team, man. Like their team just kind of does their thing, bro. It's not anything that just like really it's not anything that really like not one person that really takes over unless they need to, and that's usually Halliburton, you know? Other
yeah,
than that, like it is pretty even.
that Holmgren, that was a terrible screen. So, let's see. What are the music that you know of we can look forward to this summer? Anything
You're
you got?
asking me questions
I
that
know
I
you
do
got
not know
prepared
the
for
answer
it.
to, sir.
Okay, I didn't know if you heard anything.
No. There are a lot of people that are going on tour or have concerts that are like kind of getting into full steam. That I'm pretty excited to go see, like Leon Thomas.
So hold on. I never said I didn't like him. Okay, and I had to think about this week. It's more so the chorus I don't like.
You said that because you're not a dog or a mutt.
Yeah, majority of the song is actually the song. It's just I can't stand the chorus. And then the heart of a woman. I hate the chorus. I hate the beat. I hate all of that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's wild. Not gonna lie to you, because that song is really good.
What can I say, man?
Some bullshit that nobody's gonna listen to, but I mean, it's okay.
You know what? I like what I like. I don't like
Respect.
what I don't.
And you know what? We're not gonna take that away from you, brother. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So for the past week, we have gotten introduced to Jack Caglione of the Royals. Now, the last 9 games, he is eight. He has 8 hits in 9 games, which would seem to be good. But he's batting. I think it was 240 last night before going 0 for 4. I know most fans assume that he would be the savior, uh, but he hasn't been that. But also, we got to remember he's a rookie. So, how long do you think it's going to be before he hits his first home run?
well, do you want me to speak it into existence? Because I can speak it into existence and he can hit it tomorrow.
Speak,
Or
speaking
or I
into
can be realistic.
existence.
Well, I'm calling it. Before the end of the week, he'll get his first one. And it's Friday. So before Sunday comes, he'll get his first one.
Okay. So right now he's 1 for 2 tonight. No strikeouts. They did have a line out or pop up 1 or 2. Can't see it. His average now is at 231. They're getting beat 3-1. If they get swept by the lowly Athletics, a team that doesn't even have a state associated or city associated with the team,
Yeah, they do.
no, they don't.
I
They're
mean,
no,
technically they don't, but they are Vegas's team now. They've been Vegas's team since last year.
they don't play in Vegas. It doesn't say Vegas.
Not yet because the stadium's not done.
It doesn't say Las Vegas Athletics. It just says Athletic.
Because they dropped everything because
And,
they're about to be
and they don't
Vegas's
even play in
team.
the same home stadium every single week.
Right, because they're waiting for their stadium to be done, which I think I heard something wild, like it's not going to be done until 2027. So they're going to go on this world tour for 2 years, for 2 seasons. That's nuts.
It's equivalent to a minor league team. Here,
It's insane.
now
They need a couple of stars on that team, man.
well, they got a guy, rookie shortstop, Jacob Wilson. That's pretty good. He's batting 366, 8 homers,
I mean, that
38 RBI.
is pretty good. That is pretty
But the rest
good.
of
But
that
that's
team is
one
awful.
player. Right. The rest of that team is awful. I saw them play the Rangers here in May, like early May, and Jacob DeGrom just mowed them down, bro. Like it wasn't even close. Like I think the Rangers ended up winning that game like 13-2.
Aren't they bad as well?
They're not good. I wouldn't consider them bad, but they're not good.
Well, I don't know, man. If they get, I honestly don't believe they're going to win more than 2 games this weekend. I'll give them 1 game because right now the only team I think they've allowed to sweep them are the Tigers and the Yankees, but they should be able to fight back for 1 game. But they got work. I posted on Facebook earlier this week that as of that night, their current state, current form, they are not a playoff team.
No, they're not. But like I know, July and August come and they decide that they want to start playing ball.
I hope so, but they just lost their ace. Got rotator cuff issues. So
you think they're gonna go after somebody?
No, they got a lot of pitching. But they've stacked up a lot. They'll be fine there. But he's gonna be going till most people are saying August. Not good, but he seems like he's always injured, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Right. I mean, it's kind of the thing in baseball, bro. Like you either play through an injury, play through the pain, or you take the time off to get something done about it, or you get sat down.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those scenarios where it's just like, yeah, you can't play through it anymore.
Oh, definitely. Former Royal Billy Butler. I don't know if he's the coach or he created this whole thing, but there's a pro sports team or like a pro softball team that showcased this week. It's 6 games. It was at Blue Valley Northwest. I think today was the last day. But the team is called the Diamonds, coached by Billy Butler, and they're going to host Florida Vibe, the New York Rise. Again, this is softball, like an independent affiliate, right? Fast pitch, and the teams are built for teams include players from the Big Ten, Big 12, the SEC, and more. It's kind of been a big thing. I saw where two players from KU got put on the team with Billy. I'm sure you weren't aware of that, but it was a new thing that popped up this week. That's
Wait, is this the female professional league? Is
yeah,
that what it is, or is this
yeah.
okay? So I did hear about this because they're gonna broadcast some games on ESPN. I did see that,
Okay. Because one of these
and
chicks was throwing 70 miles an hour. That seems pretty crazy.
underhand is crazy.
Yeah, underhand.
I think I read something where like the equivalent of that is like 102 or something in the majors, like overhand, like
That is
major league pitching. Yeah,
even up with the
yeah, that's nuts.
100s. There's a kid that went to Grain Valley. He's 6'7", and he 2 nights ago. No, last night he debuted with the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't remember his name. Again, like I said, 6'7". He pitched 5 innings of no hit baseball. First game. Rolled his ankle, had to come out of the game. Didn't get to finish. But his first like 3 pitches, 101, 102, 103. Heat.
Kid's a cheat code.
Heat. Can you imagine?
6'7" is wild, by the
That's
way. Like
huge.
6'7" launching like that. That's close to Randy Johnson. What was the big unit? He was like 6'9".
I was going to ask that. I was going to leave it up to you to find out how tall he was. I would. I'll let you come back to us with that. But that is pretty crazy.
He was 6'10".
Oh my gosh! I'll never forget him hitting that bird as he's pitching.
Blew that shit up.
Yep.
Dare I say it? He blew it to smithereens. He smoked that bird, bro.
So,
Like that clip lives rent free in my
oh
head.
yeah. What else we got that's happened this week in the world of baseball? What's the kid's name that caught that catch where he hopped over the wall?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that clip too. That was nuts. Like, bro, literally like climbed the wall, snagged that hoe over the top of it, came back down, and he was hype afterwards. His picture was looking like, bro, how?
Yeah. And the dude that hit the ball was pissed.
I mean, what do you do in that scenario? You literally had a home run and somebody made this freakish play to rob you of it.
Most of the time they
Like,
tip their cap, like, hey, dude did do that.
pitcher tips their cap.
No,
The
but
hit the
I'm saying sometimes the hitter will kind of do something to reference the catch. Like, okay, good job, whatever.
Yeah, he did. This batter did too. He was like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He wasn't having none of that.
baseball is such a cool sport, man. And I stand on it that baseball is arguably the hardest sport out of all the sports. Arguably the
Carry
hardest
on. Hold
sport.
on one second.
Like, if you look at it from a technical perspective of just like the intangibles that you have to have in order to be good at baseball, baseball is arguably the hardest sport. Hitting a baseball alone is extremely difficult, especially if you're in the majors, like you're up at that level where people are throwing shit where the ball does some things you ain't never seen before, like almost wiffle ball type movement. And it's anywhere from 60 to 103 miles per hour. Like, come on, man. Like at any given time, they can just pull the string on you. Like that's nuts. Like, it is hands down the hardest sport to play, followed by hockey.
Yeah, bro. There's literally, I can't tell if these dudes are white or Hispanic. There's a dude in an orange jumpsuit, orange like bucket hat. Another guy in a baby blue hat with Stephen A. Smith on his picture of Stephen A. Smith on his chest, and the other dude has Kendrick Perkins on his chest. And
That's random.
they're standing courtside.
That is super random.
All right, moving on.
Let's
Disney
hear it.
and Marvel have something cooking. It once again involves Ryan Coogler. Do you know what I'm talking
I do not.
about? Well, there is a series coming to Disney Plus June 24th called Ironheart. Marvel
Oh,
Television's
nice.
Ironheart pits technology against magic when Riri Williams, a young, genius inventor determined to make her mark on the world, returns to her hometown of Chicago.
Have you seen Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Wakanda Forever, they introduced the character of Ironheart.
Oh yeah, she
She's
made that
basically
suit that flew.
yeah. So she's like this genius, like college teenage girl Riri from Chicago, and she basically was like doing nigga shit at college, but she's
Yeah, yeah.
also brilliant at the same time, and like was creating stuff. Said like I think her first invention was at like 5. I think
Oh my
is what she
gosh,
said in the
Tyrese
movie.
Halliburton. My bad. He just had a
The
Jordan
king,
like reverse on the baseline for a layup. Carry on though.
go crazy. Well, anyway, so yeah, so was a character that they introduced in Wakanda Forever. Basically, she is like female black Iron Man from Chicago,
Yeah.
and she created all her own tech. And I think actually she did use like some of like his ideology, if I remember correctly, about like some of the things that she was making. And like she had her own little garage and all that shit where she was like making like prototypes and all that. And she was like, there's like whole YouTube channels dedicated to like catching glimpses of her flying around in her suit. So you're saying that Disney is putting Ryan Coogler in charge of what
Oh
production
no,
or
this has
direction
already
of
been
this show?
recorded. This has already been filmed.
Oh,
It it
okay.
actually releases on the 24th, and it is
Is it the same girl
the
from the
same
movie?
girl from the movie, and it's set after the events of Wakanda Forever.
Good. Because they did send her back to Chicago with her father's car because Shuri collected all the pieces from the ocean and then remade the car and then sent it back to Chicago for Riri when they sent her back
Yeah,
because she didn't want to stay in Wakanda.
that's true. So I thought that Jonathan Majors had already been brought back to Marvel. Then I saw a thing today that said that Marvel was contemplating bringing him back as what was it? What was his
Kang the
Kang the
Conqueror.
Conqueror? Yeah. Um, it sounds like it's about to happen. About officially.
I saw that as well. And congratulations for him and good on them for making right in a situation where they were definitely in the wrong and jumped the gun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because he should have never been let go. So
Not at all. So good on them.
I'm glad to see that's coming back as well. All right. So I know most of y'all who know me, you know that when I was little, I was a wrestling fan, and I no longer am really a wrestling fan. I don't know who most wrestlers are, but I do know who the fine chicks are in wrestling. And this Jade Cargill,
Hey,
woo, woo,
hey.
she's about to join Loki. That
Oh,
Loki, whatever it's is. Let me see.
the show. It's a Disney Plus show.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's really good. I think they have 2 seasons so
It
far.
is good. It is good. But she is joining. So you know that's a must watch just for that. She is.
Jada Parker is the one right now though. So when you get a
Well,
chance,
okay, so
definitely
hold on.
look
I think
her
I
up.
know which one it is because I follow them all on Instagram. But let me just look.
Also for the record, it's okay to watch wrestling. I just want you to know that. Like Ezra's into it, so I picked it back up and I've been actually enjoying it. Like it's been pretty cool. It's different. It's different now and they're definitely and they're and it's the best way I can say this. Definitely some baddies
Okay.
in the wrestling world right now.
Yes, Jada Parker is the one I saw that was interviewing. Well, yeah, she is bad.
She is cold, and she's a good wrestler too.
Yep, I guess. Yep, whatever you say.
Whatever you say is wild. Like I don't care about none of that.
All I'm saying is that if I watch it, I ain't gonna know who's good or who ain't good. I just gonna know who look good.
Oh, you'll know who's good and who's not good. You absolutely like. Oh, this was terrible.
Man, just put me on whenever the the women is wrestling. That's all I care to see.
They had it was either a triple threat or a fatal four way at what was it, Money in the Bank recently with like Rhea Ripley, sorry, whatever. Her and a couple of other girls. Like there's this one Asian chick that's pretty good too. Like they had all of them in a match, and apparently like it was like arguably one of the best women's matches of all time. And it was in recent history. It was within the past month.
Okay.
So wrestling is definitely like still humping, man.
Hold on. KG
What's that?
and
What?
Paul Pierce are talking about should the NBA put Kansas City on the short list for future expansion team location.
They absolutely should. I thought that was already in the
I
talks.
don't know, but I know both KG and Paul are both saying Rock Chalk Jayhawk on this video. Let me see if I can unmute this.
Yeah, they can
I
knock
don't
it
know if you
off
can hear this.
because ain't nobody trying to hear that. Nope.
Yeah. You got if you get a chance, pull up KG certified on Instagram. You can see that.
I have not cared about something less in my entire life.
That seems like a lie, but
That tells you how I feel about KU.
it just seems like a huge lie.
Go on, because ain't nobody trying to hear none of that.
I feel like I've seen you care about. Okay, you know what? Let me get off of you real quick. So here I am on my Instagram trying to find these WWE chicks, right? And I click on one of these girls that I thought was a WWE chick that actually is not. She plays for the Los Angeles Sparks.
What is her
Do you
name?
know? Can you take a guess? That's what I'm talking about.
No, because the Sparks arguably have like some of the best looking women in the NBA on their team. Like their team is stacked, and they're not terrible either. So no, I'm not. I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Rakia Jackson.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh
she's fine
my
as shit.
god.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, sir.
Yeah. I'm smitten. That's still the word people use. All right. So originally, I wanted to get your top 5 overrated rap songs for tonight. Now, I don't anticipate you having a list of 5 right away. Well, we can do this 5 together, or we can do the 5 separate and have our own 5 and come back to it towards the end of the night.
I like the discussion of having it together.
I want to start off by saying, for me, the 5th most overrated rap song would have to be Tech Nine, Red Kingdom.
Bro, can we stop with the slander of like people's favorite stuff? Can we knock it off? Like you are on one right now.
You personally have told me that the song is trash. So
Yes, besides the hook, the song is doo doo. But that's not the point. The point is that the song like does what it needs to do. It gives what it needs to
you're
give,
right.
Chris.
It gives Republicans music for their videos.
That is wild.
I don't know how many times I've seen them on TikTok playing Red Kingdom referencing Republic.
Hey, listen, we're still getting traction. Shouts out to Tech.
Overrated. I'll let you take number 4.
Oh, I got a song.
Okay.
I got one. Gucci Gang by Lil Pump.
Oh my gosh.
They played the shit out of that song, and it's so bad. You want to talk about Republicans?
Yeah.
awful, awful, awful. Like the song is awful. Lil Pump is awful. Him being like, "Oh yeah, I'm supporting Trump," and then go to the inauguration and all that other stuff, whatever. Like, or getting pulled up there at like some of the rallies. Like, get out of here,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It's like Gucci Gang is awful. Like the song is legit terrible. So I'm gonna put that on the list.
All right. So number 3 can be whatever I want it to be, right?
Go for it. As long as you don't say Tech Nine
No,
again.
it's not.
Go for
I
it.
got to get the name of it though, because I know who it's by, but I got to get the name real quick. Hold on, where you at? Where you at? All right. You know what? There's 2 of them that I'm thinking, but I'm just gonna go with the first one that comes to mind, and the other one,
Let's
I'll
hear it.
forget it. Tupac, "Dear Mama." Now, the background of the song, I understand making a song for
Here
your
we
mama,
go.
but that song is trash, bro.
Here we
The
go.
lyrics of that song need so much work. So much work.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and this might be controversial. And you know what? I'm gonna ride this wave with you, brother. People keep talking about like Tupac and a couple other folks are like the best rappers ever type shit. And I'm like, that's like very inaccurate,
It is.
especially in this day and age where there are so many people who have really like taken from the greats, created their own lane, and have basically like gone crazy with that. Like, bro, I would put J. Cole in terms of like greatest rappers list over Tupac. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like and people being like, "Oh, Tupac's the greatest rapper ever, or Biggie's the greatest rapper ever, greatest lyricist," all this. I'm like, no, they weren't. Like even at that time, they were great artists for sure. But like, come on now, like you can't name me a Pac song where like he was spitting some shit in a lyrical manner that you were just like, "Oh, nobody's ever done that, ever
To,
done that." Like at that time, people were doing it and they were doing it better. So
the one thing I'll say is this: people confuse um, good Tupac and bad Tupac, right? So good Tupac was when he was going at Bad Boy,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. California loved
Yes.
Tupac.
Changes Tupac was trash.
Yeah. Well, Thug
Yeah.
Mansion
No,
Tupac. Thug Mansion Tupac
get
was
that shit out
awful.
of here. Get it out of here. The other thing is this: Biggie is my favorite rapper, but Biggie does not have a large catalog to honestly for people to say greatest of all time. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I can admit that, even though I'm a huge fan of Biggie. He would have needed another 3 albums to be, oh my gosh, the Royals are losing 6-1. Okay, back there. He would have needed to add another 3 albums in there to have more of a catalog before you get there. He,
I also don't disagree.
like I said, Biggie's my favorite rapper, but I can be honest with that. One thing Chiefs fans cannot be honest about, but I can be honest about people that I think are my favorite. Did I throw that in there? Did I say that out loud?
You're being
Oh,
ridiculous. Can we go back to this
yeah,
list?
yeah. Number 2. You got number 2.
Um, that's a good one. Panda by Designer.
Mm, mm.
That's a good one for sure. Because think about the hype that was behind that. He made an entire career off of
Yeah.
Panda, 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 Panda. He came on sounding like
He,
Future so much to where people gave him a platform that he did
yeah,
not
he was
deserve.
the poor man's future. Poor man's future.
I was like, I don't even know if you can give him
That's what I
that
said.
much
He's
credit,
like 2
brother.
levels down. It's 2 poor man's down.
He was awful, and he ran
To
Panda
the ground.
and Timmy Turner into the ground. Like Timmy Turner was a freestyle for like 3 years before it turned into a song that was mid at best. Yeah. Matter of fact, 2, 1, and 0 are all Designer songs. Like just finish the list with Designer. Because my goodness. I feel like Drake has to be on this list somewhere, but I just can't think
I
of what Drake song
in the
would be
Drake, I
on this
think would be in the
list.
top 10 somewhere. I just don't know where what song we use. He's got. I know he's got.
God's playing. God's playing.
Yeah.
That song is awful. That song is
Yes.
awful. And the video was so cheesy. It was like a fucking walking Hallmark card. Like he's like walking around, like handing people like racks, like blessing folks just randomly, and you put it in a music video, bro. Like, why? And then on top of that, the song was just bad. It was just bad.
No, I agree with you.
Like
Terrible.
the hook, trash. Lyrically on there, he wasn't saying anything major. Like it just wasn't good. So yeah, that's going on the top 10 list, or it's an honorable mention to this top five for sure.
All right, I gotta figure out what the number one song for me is, and you gotta come up with the number one song. You
I
already
got it.
got one? I
Yeah,
have one, and it's not gonna be popular. And
it's not a
no, it
popular
is.
song, or this choice isn't going to
My
be popular.
opinion is not gonna be popular.
Oh boy. Well, then you go ahead and go first then, because mine is far less
No, you go
controversial.
first. I'll say mine for it.
Gummo by Takashi 69.
Yes. Anything.
I mean, he's just yelling. Like the whole song, he's literally just yelling over a mid ass beat. His lyrics
Hmm?
trash, and I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. So Gummo by Takashi 69 is my like top. This is doo doo list.
All right, so the number one song I think might actually be the most overhyped, not necessarily most overrated, because it's actually a great song, but it has been overhyped to this point as of June 13th, 2025. That particular song, not like that song at this point has been
You think
played and drowned.
you think the song is
No,
trash,
I
or
said it's not
are
that
you
it's
just tired of
trash.
hearing
It's the
it?
most overhyped because it's been played so much. It's over focused on me. This point. Like back when the or whatever you want to call it, the beef was there. It's the perfect thing to talk about. They're still playing this shit like it just came out. There was
Respect.
a concert he did in Toronto the other night, and after he did the song, the crowd was chanting one more time. And he's right from town in the sixth, one more time. Hey, that's highly disrespectful for you, to treat your own man like that. Like your own dude, you've done so much for your city to put your home. And B, this song was like what 8 months old, 10 months. I don't know, something crazy like that.
Nah, it's got to be
Longer
longer
than
than
that,
that. It's got to be longer. It's
and
got to
we
be
still
older than
playing
that.
it like
Yeah.
it just came out. We're kind of overhyping it to me. Now, in terms of most overrated song, I'm having some trouble with that, and I'm really trying to think who I would put in that position. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I'm definitely gonna have to come back to that. All right,
Okay.
let's see what else we got on the list for today. I saw this Yelp list. Let me pull it up real quick. I want to make sure that I get all of the um, cities correct. I want to see if you
Okay.
can guess the top 10 Yelp barbecue cities. So, Yelp top 10, right?
Okay.
All right. We're going to go top 10, okay? Uh, I know you're not going to be able to guess some of these, but we'll just give it a try, all right? Number
I'm
10,
with
what
it.
do you think number 10 is?
Um, somewhere in the Carolinas.
Close. Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. I was gonna say
Now, for
Memphis, but
anyone that
I'm sure
says
Memphis is probably higher on the
Nashville
list.
is not close to the Carolinas, you need to go look at a map because you can drive from Nashville to North Carolina in 1 day. Matter of fact, you can do it in probably 8 hours. So don't come for me for that. But number 2 or number 9, Durham, North Carolina. Number 8
Okay.
is a Midwest city very close to the state of Kansas and Missouri. What's your guess?
St.
No,
Louis?
St. Louis is not in the top 10.
Chicago?
Chicago is not in the top 10.
I was like, it shouldn't be.
Neither is St. Louis. All
Oh,
right.
I don't know, bro.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I would have never guessed that. Would have never guessed that.
No way you're guessing number 7.
Oh my.
So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Honolulu, Hawaii.
Go. Oh, I mean that makes sense though. Like, but Hawaiian barbecue is vastly different. It's not actual
Yeah.
barbecue.
But they got it on the list. I don't know how it falls on the list, but they got it on the list. Number 6 is a southern city in the Carolinas. South Carolina, to be exact. Can you guess? Number 6.
Nope.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know much about Greenville.
I don't either. I've never been there, but from what I hear, it's a pretty nice place. I don't know. I yet to be seen. The other is in South Carolina as well, and it's Charleston, South Carolina. And that was number 5.
Charleston makes sense.
Number 4, Memphis. And I'm gonna let you guess the top 3. Start with number 3.
You said Memphis was
Memphis
where?
was
Memphis
4.
was 4? Okay, I knew Memphis was going to be up there. I swear to God, if any city in Texas is on that list, I'm going to flip out of the last 3 because Texas barbecue is so bad. Is Austin on that
Austin's
list
on the list.
of 3? Get out of here, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Austin is 3. Kansas City is 2, and then some other random city that makes no sense is probably number 1.
Wrong. They
Okay,
got
what is
Kansas City number 3.
Yep, throw the whole list away.
Number 2, the city underwater, San Antonio.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I lived in San Antonio for a year, and I've been to San Antonio recently, and not only do you not see a bunch of barbecue restaurants there, but like, how do you just say, like, out of all the things San Antonio is good at, barbecue, like San Antonio, Texas. Who made this list, bro? Who made this list? Yelp is full of shit.
This is I don't know how they compiled this. Oh no, I know how they did it. It was something about.
Wait, so does that mean Austin's number 1?
Yeah, Austin's number 1.
Get real.
So no state was allowed to have more than 2 cities listed.
And the top 3 had 2 cities that are within an hour from each other?
And they based it off of like
I'll
5-star reviews. Now, Joe's.
We had barbecue. We had barbecue in Austin.
The only thing that was good was the brisket. Everything else was trash.
We had it. We had like a very nice place at that too. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it.
I don't believe barbecue joints in Austin. At this moment, I cannot remember the name of it, but I do know that the only thing that we all agreed upon that was good was the brisket. Everywhere we went in Austin, the brisket was the best thing we had.
Brisket was fire everywhere in Austin. So that's why Austin being in the top 3 made sense to me. But I was thinking like 3, Kansas City 2, some other random city 1. But like, come on, man. Austin, best barbecue in the States is nuts.
Number 1. Number 1 city for barbecue in the U.S. according to Yelp.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we got another top five. Top five overrated NBA players
Of all time or
currently.
currently? Where is Jason Tatum on that list?
No, man, come on,
Nope.
man.
Come on, these nuts.
Oh my
Pause.
god.
But
Hey
I know that was
yo.
terrible. That was terrible. That was
You
awful.
where you got Jason Tatum at?
Um,
Anything inside the top 10 is
I I,
wild.
I put him at 10.
I would say that his teammate is more overrated than him. Yeah.
Who, Jalen? You're sick.
Eh,
Jalen is the better player on that team.
Man, I gotta disagree with that whole thing. Okay, come on, give me your number 4. I'm assuming 5 is Tatum, right?
Are we
Yeah,
doing
top
top
5.
five?
This is your top
I
5.
can't
I
put
don't have one. So this is coming from you.
I can't put Jason Tatum in the top 5. I
Okay.
can put him in the top 10. Jason Tatum's a solid player, but he's just I think the hype is too real behind him. If we're talking currently, James Harden's got to be on that list
Okay.
somewhere. Kawhi Leonard's
Okay.
definitely on that list. He's past his tenure. I feel like this list is going to be people that at one time were superstars and just have not been that in
So
recent
you're saying
history.
basically washed players?
Yeah, which would make them overrated now at
Jimmy
this point.
Butler.
Jimmy Buckets is still a problem, bro. I'd put Embiid on that list before I put
Throw Embiid
Jimmy
on the
Butler.
list. I don't care. Embiid, Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler.
Embiid's going on that list. Yeah, Jimmy Buckets. All right, we put him on the list. I think this is just in no specific order, but
No, yeah,
I
yes.
digress.
No particular order. So you got what?
So we got
One
4.
more.
I think I need one more. Hold on, let me think. Does Book go on this list?
I'll put Kevin Durant on the list before him.
Before Book? I can agree with that. To the point to where KD is literally about to go to the Spurs. So I mean that makes sense. They're not talking about Book going to the Spurs. They talking about KD going to the Spurs. One of the best scorers of all time at that size with like all the intangibles in a Hall of Fame career is gonna
Yeah.
go to the Spurs to go play with Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox and Steph Castle, which is good for me because I love the Spurs, but you know, not good for him and his legacy.
Yeah, I definitely feel like KD's got to be on there before Booker. I think that playoff Jamal Murray, is a big letdown. I would say so. He's
I
he's
can
an
see that as
overrated
well.
player. He's not top 5, but he's definitely somewhere in the top 15. I think some people tried to say Halliburton was one of the most overrated players.
I can't
I
go
can't
with
agree
that.
with that.
I can't go with that at all.
Can't agree with that. You know who is though? Somewhere on that list, top 10. Anthony Davis.
Who? Oh yeah, for sure.
By the way, just because we're saying that these people are the most overrated or some of the most overrated does not mean we're saying these people are trash players. We're just saying they get more credit than they probably deserve.
Correct.
That's how I look at it, right? You?
Agreed.
All right. So there was one. We're gonna wrap this last topic up with something that I sent you a video about, and I want to get your comments on it. So for those that have seen, well, Hulu shows. Well, I'm trying to think what his name is. Hulu show is. I sent you the clip of Uh, it doesn't matter. So there's a show on Hulu where this fine sister is a lawyer and she's having issues with her husband, right? She's talking to a therapist and she says she doesn't believe in unconditional love. The therapist basically says to her that,
Oh, yes, you
yeah,
sent that to me.
therapist basically says to her, do you think that's because you probably never had anyone love you unconditionally? And she said, you know what, that might be fair. She didn't think someone loved her unconditionally. Do you think that a lot of people that have these issues in relationships and with love, or the concept of love or the concept of marriage, do you think that's just because up until current day they have not had someone that did unconditionally love them?
The
You
short
can
answer or the
whatever
long
answer you
answer?
want to.
Yes.
Elaborate.
You said well, I
No,
can
no,
give you
no,
whatever
no,
answer
no,
I
no,
want
no,
to.
no,
The
no,
answer
no.
is yes.
Elaborate.
So I will die on this ledge by myself, but only women, children, and animals are unconditionally loved. Argue with your mama. Um,
Come on, carry on. You're cooking.
yeah. um, I like in all honesty, man, like in that top three list that I just gave you of things that are unconditionally loved, like low key, it's like animals, women, kids, respectfully. And like it's because I've seen it, I've experienced it. Um, I've also like just seen enough controlled instances where I wholeheartedly believe this. And whereas I think there's definitely some validity to the point of the counselor that was speaking in the video,
Are
to
you
the point of
Paul?
like, hey, if you've never seen it or you've never experienced it, if you never
Ah,
felt it, did you just drop? We just lost Chris. But I'm gonna continue. Um, if you've never seen it, never experienced it, never felt it, like one, how could you give that? Two, how could you know what it looks like whenever you're actually receiving it? And three, yeah, I think it's absolutely valid. So in that vein, you have to really think about why that makes sense. It's the same connotation you could take to anything. If you've never seen a healthy marriage, you've never seen a healthy relationship, you've never seen, a man not be a womanizer or anything along those lines, you're a product of your environment in most cases. So the way you're conditioned initially is through either trauma or experiences or watching somebody else as you grow up and things of that nature. And that's what cultivates your likes, your dislikes, your experiences, things of that nature. And so with that, you have to be realistic and say, yes, it makes perfect sense for somebody to not believe in unconditional love because they've never seen it or they've never experienced it, or usually some combination of the two. And that's where I land. I land on the fact that, like, as a giving person who would literally give my last dollar, actually, yes, you could have my last dollar and I'll have nothing just to make sure that, like, you're good. Because if you're good, you're gonna go do good things in the world. I'm still gonna be able to do good things in the world, giving from empty. Um, welcome back. Was talking to the
glad
people,
you
letting
carried.
them know
I'm
that
glad you carried that over.
just definitely, because I mentioned that we lost you, and then I just carried on
Okay,
anyway.
okay. All right.
But as I was saying though, when it comes to unconditional love, I'm just speaking specifically from me at this point. I gave a couple examples. I was speaking from me specifically at this point. Like I have been in a space where I literally like did everything to improve the quality of life of somebody, that gave me insight about the poor quality of life that they had before I knew them. And I took that as a, personal challenge ultimately to show them different, show them better, and depleted myself for sure. And definitely was told like, hey, I'm down for you in whatever capacity that you need, but was never met with that. There was like, it was always like, well, I'm down for you while you're happy. I'm down for you while you're doing good for me. I'm down for you when Like it's not inconvenient to me that you have feelings and that they're not all sunshine and rainbows. And as I'm down for you as long as you're giving me whatever it is that I'm telling you that I want. And then as soon as there was anything other than a smile on my face, or I had a point of contention about something or anything along those lines, I was met with the exact opposite of what I was told and promised ultimately that I was going to get from that scenario. So in essence, the love was extremely conditional. But I think that, it comes with age, wisdom, experiences, all of those things to where like you can grow into a person who gives unconditional love because you get an understanding for what it actually looks like. But have I experienced it? No, not until I met my son. My son doesn't look at me and say like, I love you, dad, because you do X, Y, and Z. He's just like, I love you, dad. And I know it's real. And so I think like your love is the love you receive as a man is conditional from people who you have done too much for. When you allow people to when you don't treat people like princesses or little princes or whatever, like you treat them like someone who you want to see them grow and develop their skill set and take leadership, take ownership, all those things. When you really like want somebody to be a well-rounded person, you're putting them in a position to where they don't depend on you for everything. Like my son is 7, but he doesn't depend on me for everything. He'll come to me and ask me for stuff or ask me my opinion on things or ask me to help him with something or whatever. Absolutely. But more often than not, if he needs it, he'll go get it. Or he'll just tell me, hey, dad, I'm going to do this. Like today, I stopped at Walgreens to go get him some calamine lotion because he's got a bunch of mosquito bites from when he was in San Antonio this past week. And as soon as I stop, he grabs his iPad and he just starts climbing up to the front seat of the car. He's like, oh, I'm just going to come up here and sit here and play on my iPad. Didn't ask, just said, this is what I'm doing. He took ownership, took leadership at that moment, was like, we're stopped. It's safe. I'm just going to hop up here because this is what I want to do. He knew he wasn't going to get in trouble or anything along those lines, but he also knew he had somebody that loves him enough to be like, hey, like, yeah, that's cool. But he gives that same love back where he's just like, every 5 minutes that we've been on right now, I've seen a little shadowy figure walk over to the front of my door and look in here just to see if I'm okay. Because he unconditionally loves me. He just wants to make sure that I'm good.
Yeah. You lose your job, he still loves you the same. You make a mistake, he
Exactly. You
still
lose
loves
your
you the
job.
same.
You know what I'm saying? I could yell at him today, which I don't do often at all. Like I barely even raise my voice when it comes to dealing with him. Um, and literally we can have a conversation about it. I can apologize to him and we're good. Because he knows that I love him and he knows that like this is mutual. There's reciprocity in the love that we have for each other. But I've been in relationships and there has been no reciprocity.
Yeah.
And the unconditional values, like those just don't exist either. It's like what is in it for me? Like from the female's perspective, what's in it for me? I'm impacted by what you say to me, how you say it, what you do, what you don't do. All these other things that are literal conditions on whether or not the woman is going to love you. And that's wild to me. So yeah, I'm off the soapbox.
I agree with all that. I just think for some people, until they experience it themselves or truly know they've experienced it, they for some reason don't believe. But the one thing that I come back to is that so many of these people that don't believe in these things are the same people that tell you that they follow God and they believe in God, but then they forget that He loves you unconditionally. So they say, I've never felt it. I've never had it. You keep getting blessing. You stay blessed, right? Even though you have done plenty of things that you should be ashamed of, you still can ask for forgiveness and keep it moving. But why would you assume that male or female can never love you the same way? Now, it may take you a ton of people to get. It may take you a ton of people to get. But there has to be at least one in your life. That's just my. Well, y'all, it's been a decent, long this weekend. We got Father's Day, so I'm gonna say Happy Father's Day to everyone. No, Happy Father's Day to you too. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to you, my guy. A good father, good present black father. And that's important. Thank you, sir. I stand on that. Speaking of which, in that vein, I've had this conversation with both of my parents. I've said these exact words to them that I am the parent that I wish that I had. And it's not shade to them, but it is literally what I stand on when it comes to parenting my children. I got McDonald's money, I got time, I got energy, I got whatever you need, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not yelling and
Oh
I'm not
man,
whooping you.
you know what? No, no shade to my mother, but whereas I will drive the 35 minutes to pick Carter and take him to practice.
Say that.
I
Say
remember I
that.
wanted to play golf on the high school team my freshman year, and she's like, "Well, the coach is going to take you home because I ain't picking you up." So, sure enough, coach took me home every night, and she wasn't picking me up. You know, yeah. Every single parent has different things that they go through. They may have other kids to take care of, but they can't always be there for the one kid that is active into multiple other things. You get that? Like I said, it's not anything bad that she didn't pick me up for this. It just is what it is. But
Yeah.
I know that for me, what I like to do is I want to be a little extra. Think it's important to me. Type of dad that I want to be, and
Yep.
I feel bad when I promise some things and I don't follow through with it at that particular time. Help, but I try to get better every day with all three of my kids, and think we have a good relationship. And I hope that it doesn't rain this Sunday because we got plans. Right after church,
You got
we
what?
got plans to go on
You got
fishing
fishing?
right after church.
That sounds
Yeah,
fire.
so I'm hoping it doesn't rain because I really want to take them to go fishing. Uh,
Ezra's got a baseball tournament. That's the second day of the tournament. So I get to be around the sport that we both love and coach him and then watch him do his
okay.
thing. It's gonna be a
Shout
good
outs to
Sunday.
another good dad, our mutual friend Jared. I know he takes, I know he
Great
takes,
dad. A girl
yeah,
dad
girl
at
dad
that.
takes his daughters to soccer practice or basketball practice all the time. Almost every day of the week, they got some type of practice game they got to be at, and he is always there. Shout out to Jared.
All right. Shouts out to my
And
guy.
we both know plenty of other dads that are great that we have the fortune of being around.
Honestly, I feel like our entire circle is good fathers. Like we may be some wild cards for sure in a lot of other aspects, but we are definitely some good fathers. And yes, Clint, I'm talking about you.
I would say so. But I think um, I know we were going to wrap it up an hour, but I think someone has to say it. Um, I think for me, I learned how to be the type of dad I want to be based off multiple male figures. And so I have my now. This could be you learn based off things not to do and things to do. Right? Things are how you want to do. But in no particular shape or fashion, I'm going to say does this mean these people fit these categories? I'm just saying in general. Right? So I learned from my dad. I learned from used to be my stepdad, but I still call him my dad. So I say I have two dads. They both know this, right? But a lot of it has to do with my uncles. So I have on different sides of the family. The, the way they treat their kids and the way that they treat me growing up. What I learned from them, what I like about it. So I got to throw them in there as well. Ways that I've learned. I don't know about you, but I think it's positive to be around a lot of positive male figures in your life. When your dad is not there, your dad's on the road driving trucks or something like that, or lives in a different state. You're able to call one of your uncles to be there for you to help you out. It's a good thing.
It is a great feeling. And I have that same thing, got some uncles that I can definitely depend on. So I'm right there with you, man.
And while right now, at age 39, my dad doesn't live here in the United States. But I talk to that man pretty much every day. And our relationship is rock solid. Just because he doesn't live here doesn't mean we can't have him here. I don't have to see
Right.
him to have a great relationship. Anytime I need some advice, I can call him any time of the day. I can call him at 3 o'clock in the morning his time. He'll answer the phone. What, you okay? You need something? What's wrong? Not, hey, I'm
Yep.
asleep. Why you calling me? Are you okay? What do you need? What's going on?
It's a
It
beautiful
is.
thing, man.
It is. He will always be there for me. I will always be there for him. So happy Father's Day, Pop. Happy Father's Day, Van V. He said, I think I got some great role models in my life. Hopefully, I can be some role models to my younger family members, especially to my nephew, both my nephews. So, anything you want to follow up on that?
Happy Father's Day to my pops too, and my grandfather. My grandfather is the only grandfather that I've ever known. I don't know my mom's father, and then my father's father passed away before I was born. So Bobby Watson is the only grandfather I've ever known. He's not my biological grandparent, but he's been married to my grandmother since before I was born. And I talk to him every Tuesday, like clockwork. That's my guy. He's a street dude from Quindaro. And he still moves like that at 85. So shouts out to Bobby Watson as well. Just all the fathers that I have access to, whether it be friends, family, anything like that. Like I appreciate y'all. So happy Father's Day to all y'all boys.
All right, y'all. So, Fountain City Kings, you can locate us on our website, fountaincityKings.com. You can listen to us on any platform that you normally listen to your podcast on. Our default will definitely be Spotify, but you can find us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on iHeartRadio. Any platform you can think of, we're there. We'd love for you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to our podcast on those platforms. Here's to a great weekend, great Father's Day. It's your boy, Big Chris, the counselor, Daddy Fat Stack, the one you need in your life. That's it.
I'm just Kevin. Kevin Tyrone, aka Kevin, not Kev, because only my grandma can call me that, and you niggas are not my grandma. So anyway, happy Father's Day. We love y'all. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. Do something for your mental and your physical well-being at least 1 to 3 times per week, so we can all be better people.
There you go. Peace out.